Alright guys, welcome to the video. This might be a little bit of a scenery change, but it's a beautiful day out, so I want to come out in my garage and record this video. I don't want to waste your time, so let's get right into it. I'm making this video for teenagers, for young men who need help understanding their emotions and living a happier life. And with this, you are going to improve your relationships, your mind, and your emotional intelligence. And that is so important because life is simply an emotional experience. Your emotions is how you perceive life, is how you live life. And so if you're feeling depressed, if you're constantly getting hurt from relationships, or you just fucking hate your life, bro, my experiences, what I'm going to be telling you in this video, what I'm going to be sharing with you, I hope will help you because it has helped me. And so I have some notes or just kind of what I want to go over here that I'm going to be looking down at because there's a lot to unload here and I want to keep it concise and in a straight line so you can better understand it. Also, this video is in a way boring. It's just going to be me talking, so if it's not your type of video, go and click off now. This video is not for you. But for those who actually have attention spans and want to learn and probably fix their life, sit down and listen to the next 30 minutes or something like that. So I want to give you a little backstory about me and why I had to become emotionally intelligent in my life. When I was 8 years old, I was coming home from school on the school bus. And I got off the school bus and I'm walking up my driveway and I see my mom sitting on the front porch. And I'm about 5 feet away from her and I instantly smelled the alcohol on her. She was drunk. She's always been an alcoholic. And she tells me, "Ryan, I'm going to die." And I'm 8, and kind of just like my whole life flashed before my eyes. My heart instantly like shattered, and I had this gut-wrenching pain inside of me just hearing my mom say that. And she lifts up her wrist like this, and there's just cut marks with blood dripping down it. And we end up going inside, and for the next hour, I watched herself basically try to kill herself with a knife. And I was just sitting there like a stone because I didn't know what to do. I was scared shitless, bro. I was just shocked. And it hurt me so deeply. And my sister finally got home and called the cops and fixed everything. Then my dad got home and the issue was resolved, but it wasn't, my issue wasn't resolved. The pain I just went through, what I just witnessed wasn't resolved. And nobody ever talked to me about it. My parents never asked me about it. They never talked to me about it. I never got any help for it. I never talked about it either. It just sat inside of me. And for years, coming home on the school bus, I would just get this pain inside of me. On the road before, my house. I was just scared of going home. I was scared of seeing something like that again. And it took a lot for me to get off the bus each and every day and to walk into my house because my mom was always home before my sister and my dad. And so I didn't know what would happen. And because of this, I had to start kind of learning about my emotions, starting to control that pain inside of me and working through it, so that I could be happy, that I could just basically preserve my life. It was on a primal level of what my brain was doing. And around 11, for some reason, I can't remember, but I got super depressed. I don't know the exact reason, but I just remember sitting in my room for about 2 days, really depressed. Now I think about it, I think the reason was I just hated my life. There was a lot of shit that went on in my house, in my home when I was young. And I kind of just hated it. I didn't want to live, really. I always had these thoughts of jumping out my second-story bedroom window and basically trying to kill myself or hurt myself. And just basically wanted to die every night I went to sleep. And when I sat in my room for those 2 days, I sat in it completely pitch black, just crying, bawling my eyes out. I was actually working on this art project. It was like a knitting basketball. And for some reason, it brought me so much joy. And my parents kept trying to talk to me. I would just scream at them and just say, let me fucking be alone and work on this. And I was just sitting in there crying, working on the basketball weaving. And it brought me so much joy, like I said. And I came out that room 2 days later, happy. And what I realized from that is the basketball brought me to this moment now. The basketball, doing that art project, was allowing me to be present and be aware in this moment now. Because my past and thinking about my future was causing me a lot of suffering. Identifying with my past, being scared about my future, was making me sad. It was making me suffer. And that's what I realized from that. And since then, I never really got super depressed. I've definitely gotten sad from breakups and other stuff that has happened, like losing my sister 2 years ago in a car accident, but it was never as bad as those 2 days in my room when I was 11 years old. And it's because that all made me emotionally intelligent. And thinking about it this way, when you go to the gym and you lift a weight, it's a repetition. And each repetition you do, you get stronger, right? Well, each experience I was going through, each time I had to get off that bus and walk into my house, it was a repetition. It was me growing, it was me learning. And so I want to share with you guys what I have learned. And the reason I have learned this stuff is because going through all that has just made me want to learn about it. So about 2 years ago, I got in self-improvement, and I was starting to read books and kind of just trying to educate myself and fix my life. And the first book we're going to be talking about is Master Your Emotions by Thibaut Missouri. I think I'm saying it right. I'm probably butchering it, but you can just search up Mastering Your Emotions. I'm sure there's a free audiobook out there. It's a must-read if you want to truly understand all of this and fix your life. But I'm going to give you a little overview about it. The main message of the book is to understand that your emotions are not good and they are not bad. No emotion is inherently good and no emotion is inherently bad, okay? For example, being happy is not a good emotion, nor is it a bad emotion. Being depressed is not a good emotion, nor is it a bad emotion. Every emotion is just like a notification for something. For example, being depressed is simply a notification for self-preservation. Being fearful is a notification for self-preservation. And so the reason we are fearful is because possibly our life is at stake. And the reason we are depressed is because possibly our mental health is at stake. And if we didn't have these emotions, we wouldn't be alive today. And I know the depressed emotion takes a lot of people's lives because they identify with it so hardly, which we'll get into. But if we didn't have fear, we would have gotten ate by the tiger. We would have just not made it this far in life. So we need these emotions. But you need to understand that they are perfectly fine to feel that way. But you need to break away from the beliefs you have about these emotions. Okay, let's say, for example, right now you're super depressed. Really depressed. You hate your life. You don't want to be here. First off, I feel you. But second off, understand that it is your mind telling you something needs to change. You are not living right. You are not on your purpose. You have all of these bad habits. You're beating your meat every night. You're not doing anything good with your life. You're not living how you want to live. You're eating junk food. You're destroying your fucking body. That's why you might be depressed. Of course, you have to self-prescribe yourself, but you get what I'm saying, right? And so once you understand, okay, this depressed emotion, it's not bad. It's just I need to be proactive. I need to change. That's when you were actually going to make a change and be happy, bro. And going back to how I had to bring my awareness in this moment now in order to stop being depressed. A lot of the times, problems are only created in the future or in the past. Now, when I say in the future and the past, understand that the future and the past are not real. The only thing that is real is this moment now. Watching this video, completely forget that times and days exist. Bring yourself to just this moment. Just forget about time and days. This moment now, okay? Ask yourself right now, what is your current problem? You're gonna think about it and you're gonna probably bring up a problem, and it's probably gonna be a problem that is not currently in this moment now. I guarantee you're literally sitting down watching this video and there's not a single problem in your fucking life. Your foot is not stuck in between a rock and a lion is about to eat you. You're perfectly fine. But when you start to get in your head and you start to think about it, you become sad, you become depressed, you become fearful. Because you're not in this moment now. Your awareness is going to the problems you think you have. But you don't have any. If your foot is not stuck in between the rock and there's not a lion trying to eat you, you're fine, okay? But you need to focus on this moment now and ask yourself what you can change. But in order to do that, you need to stop identifying with the emotions you have and thinking that they are bad emotions. Because when you think they are bad emotions, you weaken yourself. You cause yourself suffering. And when you weaken yourself, bro, it's going to be hard to make a change. So truly make peace with yourself right now. Understand that whatever you're going through, bro, it's just life. Be more like water and flow. Just flow. Just let whatever happens, but focus on what is in your control. Bring your awareness to this moment now and focus on, okay, what can I do to make my future moment a better moment? What habits do you need to pick up? Do you need to clean your room? Do you need to stop snacking on shitty-ass food? And that right there, I truly believe will fix a lot of things. I want to go on to the next book, and that's The Power of Now. I believe The Power of Now goes along really well with Master Your Emotions and just having better emotional intelligence, because The Power of Now is a book that teaches you how to become more present, how to become more self-aware, how to break free from your ego and break free from living in the future or living in the past. Again, those moments don't exist. Just becoming aware in this moment now. So I'm going to do a small exercise. When I ask you to ask yourself, what is my next thought going to be? I want you to simply just observe what your brain might think, or what basically your voice is saying. So ask yourself right now, what is my next thought going to be? And right there, you just observed the thinker. So in order to break this down, your thoughts are not you. You are simply the observer of your thoughts. Okay, your thoughts are not you. You are observing your thoughts. And when you understand that, you stop identifying with all of your thoughts. Okay, because there's going to be positive thoughts and there's going to be negative thoughts. And if you don't understand that these thoughts are not you, you're going to identify with both positive and both negative. Correct? So, you get what I'm going here? Stop identifying with the negative ones. Stop identifying with the belief that being depressed is bad, because then you are weakening yourself. Or being jealous is bad. Let's say you're in a relationship and you're jealous and you think that's bad. You weaken yourself. And low-key, your woman's going to see that you're weak and she's going to start poking at you. And she's going to lose respect for you. It's as simple as it is. That's literally just how it goes. So, but maybe when you feel jealous, you ask yourself a different thing. Is this the right person for me? She's making me feel jealous. I don't want to feel that way. Maybe she's not the right person. Stop thinking it's you. Maybe it's them. Just throw that in there. But back to the power of now. So, when you bring your awareness to this moment now, all problems disappear. Like I said, You're not stuck in between a rock and there's not a tiger trying to get you. You're completely fine right now. No problems exist, okay? And now you can work on this moment now to make your future moments better. Now, how do you practice this? How do you do this? It takes a lot of experience, I will tell you that. I'm lucky that I went through the experiences I went through because they have caused me to become the person I've become. But if you didn't have, I guess, the luxury of going through what I went through, then you're gonna have to create a lot of artificial experiences, if you kind of get what I'm saying, in order to create what I'm trying to give you, which is basically like my mindset and my emotional intelligence. And so the way you can practice becoming more aware about this moment is there is a lot of ways. It's gonna be a journey, but the first one is just observing your thoughts, meditating. By asking yourself, what is my next thought going to be? Sitting there with just clear head, no thoughts, and just keep practicing that. And throughout the day, just become more aware in the moments. And when you do something, give it your all. Let's say when you're working out, instead of doing a set, then going on your phone, then doing another set, and then going on your phone again, and just constantly just never being aware in this moment now, focus all of your awareness on whatever you do in life. For example, this video. I'm sure many of you have already scrolled down to the comments, have already gone off your phone. Probably 90% of you have already clicked off the video because you struggle with bringing your awareness to this moment now and just focusing on this moment now, right? So that's one way you can practice it. Trying to think of other ways. There's other ways, but a lot of them have to do with like psychedelics and drugs and shit like that. When I was 13, I got into like smoking, and I actually had like a slight ego death when I was 13. It's my first time getting high. I think it was laced. I don't know. Maybe I just got super fucking high, but hit the bong, blacked out for about a minute or two, woke up crying. I thought I was dead. I was like, guys, I'm fucking dead, crying. Everything just looked so fucking strange. Literally thought I was dead and in the afterlife. And I thought there was like monsters coming after me. It was crazy. And that experience caused me to have to just become more emotionally intelligent, because I was, when I thought I died, when I was high, I was thinking about the past and wanting to be there. And when I was high, I was thinking about that. I was like, oh my God, I wish I didn't do that, blah, blah, blah. I wish I didn't do that. I wish I was in this past moment, or for you guys over here, in this past moment. And I remember about 30 minutes into just feeling like I died, I started to become more aware in this moment now and having to practice just being in this moment now. Because when I would start thinking is when I would start to trip out. Basically, I was like really tripping balls, and I don't know what was going on, but I just kept fucking crying every time I started to trip. And I think I was tripping because of my own thoughts. And so that whole experience just caused me to have to become so self-aware. That's just something I want to share with you guys. So I hope you're understanding that a lot of suffering is created from your thoughts and your beliefs. And that's why some of the most happiest people, bro, are honestly people that have nothing, or people that have experienced ego death. And that's because they have broke all of their thoughts and beliefs about themselves. They have no thoughts and beliefs about themselves. They're not attached to their ego anymore, or they're at least mostly broken away from it. Your ego is what is going to cause you suffering. So that is what you need to focus on breaking away from. Your ego could be, I'm going to be happy when I finally buy that BMW M4 in 3 years. But are you? If you're not happy in this moment now, you're not going to be happy when you get that. Same thing goes with relationships. If you were happy with them, then you can be happy without them. What's the difference? Just because you thought this person made you happy? Just because you believe that you need this person in your life? See, it's your thoughts and your beliefs that are creating suffering in your life. I don't know if I went over that, but like I said, I've gone through like 9 breakups, and every time after that I had to learn that it was my thoughts and beliefs about this person that caused my suffering. And with recent ones, when I simply just let go and just flowed like water and just understand that this person's gone, but what can I do in this moment now to just be happy and keep continuing my growth and experience in life, or whatever you think your purpose is, or whatever. I wasn't really hurt over that relationship. I was just the same. It was just a person who came in my life. I learned, experienced, and then they left. That's all it was. I never became super attached to the identity I have with them. That's why it hurts, is because you become attached to the identity you have of this person. And then, you know, it fucking hurts. And this is going to put you way ahead in life and above people. Because, bro, 99% of people are going to be attached to the beliefs and identity about themselves. And when you're going to be this motherfucker that is like water and that has basically a fucking indestructible mind, because you have no ego, you're going to become so much stronger and just better than people. So, yeah. What else can I talk about these two? Another thing is, understand that emotion is energy in motion, okay? Your thoughts, when your thoughts become so strong, and whether these are thoughts you observe or they're like subconscious thoughts, when they become so strong, they create emotion. And so basically, you're able to move this energy inside of you, because emotion is energy in motion, so you're able to move it in other areas of your life. You know, using depression as motivation. Like I said, if you're feeling depressed, but you understand that it's because of this reason, and maybe you get mad at that reason, you can use that energy inside of you and turn it into something positive. Because being depressed, being angry, they're strong emotions. That's a lot of energy you're going to have, and that you're able to transmute into a different area of your life. And that's basically just moving your emotions around, turning a negative into a positive. And I've had to do this a lot of times in my life, and the gym has helped me. Like they always talk about, you know, breakup motivation. Like the time I made the most gains in the gym was after a breakup, because I was super motivated. I turned that anger, a negative, into a positive. And I didn't succumb to the anger and get depressed. I turned that anger into happiness, into, you know, whatever you want to call it now. And you need to do the same. So understanding that the shit you go through is actually going to benefit you. So change your beliefs about suffering. First off, just like I'm going to keep shoving it down your throat, that your thoughts and beliefs are your ego is going to create suffering, but the suffering you're going through is going to make you a better person. It's going to allow you to grow, which I believe should be everybody's goal in life, is to grow, is to become the best person you can become, to have the most knowledge, to have the most emotional intelligence, to have just the most intelligence and the most experience, and just be the best person you can become in life. And that's just going to drive you to just power through all the suffering you're going through and whatever shit you may be going through. You're going to thank the experiences you have gone through, because you have become a better person to them. But you cannot succumb to the way you feel, to your thoughts. Like I said, you are not the thinker, you are the observer of your thoughts. If all of these thoughts are telling you, fucking kill yourself, don't listen to them. Why are your thoughts saying that? Your brain is literally self-destructing itself. And it's because there's something that needs to change in your life. It's a notification that, hey, motherfucker, you are not aligned. You need to start living right. You need to make a change. Sorry, somebody just pulled up. And I hope that's really clear. I hope that makes a lot of sense. I think everything I just threw at you was really the bulk of this video and what I wanted you to learn. Yeah, bro, I know life can be hard. I know you're probably suffering a lot. I know what it's like. But you just need to break away from those beliefs about it all, those thoughts about it all. You need to change them, bro. And that's why you're feeling depressed. Something needs to be changed. Something needs to go. It's all this. So right after this video, I want you to do reflecting or journaling of some type. Don't go on your phone. Don't watch another video. Bring your awareness into this moment now by journaling, by just analyzing your mind and seeing what needs to change, making a change, bro. Stop wishing the past went different. Stop being fearful of the future, bro. You're going to be all right. You're living. That's all that matters. Every morning you should wake up and go, like, I'm fucking happy because I'm not in the grave. You have a limited number of days on this earth, so why not live as many of them as you can happily? And you can. I don't care what your situation is. You can. Okay? Don't just look at me like the cover of a book and think, oh, he can say all this. Motherfucker, I've gone through it, dude. I really have, bro. Up until I was 15, dude, my life was shit. And I had to grow from all this. I always felt like I was less than everybody else, less than all the kids. I always thought I would never be as good as anybody or never live a good life, and I was always fearful of that. But it wasn't until I just broke all those thoughts and beliefs and focused on this moment now, brought my awareness to myself, focused on myself, and everything has changed, bro. Life is finally basically going my way. And once it starts finally going your way, bro, don't let those thoughts come back in, because that's also caused me a lot of suffering. Believing that, oh, my future's going to go this way, bro. Don't. Make plans, but don't become attached to the plans. A lot of this is just becoming detached from things in life, because attachment is the root of all suffering. Buddha. Another quote, Benjamin Franklin. A lot of people die at 25, but don't get buried until they're 75 or something like that. Basically, he's saying people are living, but they're not living. I want you to truly live and flourish in life. In order to do that, you need to have good emotional intelligence and truly understand yourself and become self-aware. So those 2 books you need to read. I will leave links in the description if I can find their audiobooks. Master Your Emotions and the Power of Now. Listen to those when you're in the car, bro. You're going to become so enlightened and live such a better life. That's the end of the video. Kept it short. I love you guys. Click one of these 2 videos to keep learning more. If you want to talk to me one-on-one, there's a link down in the description. Or if you got a message for me, hit my Instagram DMs. I love you. Peace out.